Queen Uzadangoriani, Honorable Minister for Forest, Government of Sikkim, Sri Karma Lode Bhutiaji. Today, in fact, the main person of this entire conclave, Professor T.G. Sitharamji, Director IIT Guwahati, faculty members, staff, research scholars, students of IIT Guwahati, friends from industry, and dear members from media and other delegates present today, and my dear school children. I am immensely delighted to be present at Northeast Research Conclave here in the beautiful campus of IIT Guwahati today. First of all, I congratulate Director IIT Professor T.G. Sitharamji and his entire team for organizing this conclave with such elaborate arrangement. During November last year, we had organized a major academic conclave in Guwahati as part of implementation of National Education Policy 2020. In the conclave, we elaborately discussed about the implementation strategy of the new education policy as well as improving the standard of science and technical education across the state. As we know, under NEP 2020, the Education Ministry had proposed to set up a National Research Foundation to act as an umbrella structure for encouraging research and developing along with the implementation of the education reforms. Apart from boosting present ecosystem, other major aim of the foundation is to improve linkage between research and development, academia and the industry. After the success of NEP 2020 conclave, I had discussed with Professor Sitharamji about organizing a similar conclave event mainly focusing on research, development and entrepreneurship in the state so that along with the implementation of National Research Foundation, the NEP 2020 implementation can go hand in hand. I am happy that Professor Sitharamji and his team has taken the responsibility with sincerity and organized the event in such a grand manner. This indeed shows the strong commitment and seriousness of IIT Guwahati towards research, development and promoting innovation. I am informed that no other academic event of this magnitude related to NRF has been organized in any other location of the country so far. I therefore at the beginning once again congratulate Team IIT for their dedication and committed endeavor. Of course, I have a rider that this research conclave from next time, we should not name as a Northeast Research Conclave, we should name it as an Indian Research Conclave. Wow. Because Northeast now should lead the country. We should not keep ourselves in isolation and we should try to lead the country, and that should be our motto in future. I express my profound thankfulness to Honorable Minister of Government of India, Ministry of Education and Skill, Sri Dharmendra Pradhanji, to this conclave. Dharmendra Pradhanji need no introduction. He is a great lover of Northeast region, particularly the state of Assam. He has traveled the entire state. I think he has not left out any district in the state. He has visited entire length and breadth of Assam, and his contribution to the development of Assam economy, rather I will put revival of Assam economy, is immense. We all acknowledge his immense contribution in expanding Numaligarh refinery and linking northeastern region with the gas grid of our nation. So people of Assam will always remember the rich contribution of Sri Dharmendra Pradhanji for the economic development of our state. I would also like to welcome Sri Sarbananda Sonowalji, Rameshwar Teliji, Dr. Subhas Sarkarji, Dr. Rajkumar Ranjan Singhji, other colleague ministers, friends from Sikkim, dignitaries and all participants for attending this conclave and making the event successful. We all are aware that research and development is very important and crucial for a fast developing nation like India. In a progressive society, research and development have always been considered as the fundamental building block, as it plays a critical role in the process of innovation and expanding our knowledge and understanding about the world. It is also an investment for boosting our capabilities to make life easier, comfortable and advanced. Our country has a long and serious history in the field of scientific research. In case of Assam, evidence show that scientific study, though not very prominent, existed since ancient times. There are many evidence available on the study of mathematics, astrology and medical science in prehistoric times in Assam. Mathematics was an essential subject in the academic institute such as Tol and Chatuspati. While discussing about the study of mathematics in ancient Assam, the name of the mathematician that instantly comes to our mind is Gokul Kayastha. He was a scholar in the royal court of King Narayana. In fact, mathematics was mostly practiced during ancient times by the Kayastha community in Assam. In his book, The Kitabat Manjari, the scholar elaborates how to maintain inventory of the article of royal palace, the method of addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, and introduce the land measurement system. Assam had a very glorious tradition of astrology since prehistoric times. Navagraha temple of Guwahati and Surya Pahar temple of Gwalpara are examples of the presence of astrological tradition in Assam. Even the ancient time of Guwahati was Pragjyotishpur, which means the eastern land of astrology. Countless books on astrology are still found in the different parts of the state. Jyotish Tattva by Raghunandan Bhattacharya, Jyotir Muktavali by Vaishnav Dis, Graha Nirnay by Garga Acharya, etc. are few of the books on astrology written in Sanskrit in ancient Assam. Noted historian Pujya Kumar Bhuya mentioned that while Mir Jumla invaded Assam, he was accompanied by an European person, M. de la Louvière. On return after the invasion, Louvière took along with him a book on astrology which he found in Assam. Based on this book, later an Italian astronomer, Giovanni Dominic Cassini, in 1961 discovered a theory of astronomy. This shows that an advanced research on astrology was prevailing in Assam in ancient time. The study of medical science was also prevalent in Assam. We find mention of two pathologists, namely Madhavakar and Saragadhar in 7th and 8th century inscription. The coast king engaged royal physician in their courts. As per Dorong Rajbongkhawali, coast king Vishwasingha himself was an expert of medical science. In Ahom kingdom, the practice of appointment of royal physician began from the time of King Jayadhwaja Singha. the most notable book written during the Ahom rule on medical science was Vidya Kalpataru. Apart from medical science, evidence of veterinary science during the ancient times are also available in Assam. In the initial years of 18th century, Sukumar Borkat wrote Hosti Vidyanava as per direction of Madambika Kori, who was the wife of King Shiva Singha. Other such books include Ghora Nidam, etc. The 16th century European traveller Roloff Fitz wrote that during the reign of post-king Narayana, his kingdom saw the veterinary clinics for the animal like sheep, goat, dog, cat, etc. Similar tradition of scientific study and research are also available in our different parts of our country. Based on our country's strong footing in the field of scientific research, over the year, Indian scientists have created a special place for themselves in the realm of invention and innovation. The Made in India COVID-19 vaccine are example of the powers of our scientific community. As India is moving forward with the resolve of Atmanirbhar Bharat under the leadership of our beloved Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi, the responsibility of our scientists and researchers grows manifold. Apart from strengthening brand value of Indian products to have worldwide demand and acceptance, they have the responsibility to give a major push of Atmanirbhar Bharat conceptualized by Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi. You will acknowledge the fact that for the growth and prosperity of the nation, implementing science and technology is very, very vital. Better use of science and technology will allow far greater penetration of service such as health and nutrition, education, agriculture, water resource, basic infrastructure for innovative solutions. One very important area that needs our focus is that our scientific achievements needs to be communicated to society. Science must meet the rising aspiration of our people. I remember when I last come to IIT Guwahati, I mentioned, Dharmendra Pradhanji has mentioned that today country has 23 IIT. It is indeed a huge achievement. But this Guwahati IIT has a unique history. This was not result of any government policy. This was result of a huge agitation in Assam, which reflect the aspiration of Assamese students, Assamese community to involve with the higher scales of research and education. So IIT Guwahati has an added responsibility to research. The new education policy lays special emphasis on a national research foundation because innovation is important for country's progress. Only when we strengthen innovation and research will our country remain competitive and move ahead. In the recent years, the northeastern states have come to the limelight for excellent laurels in innovation in the field of science and technology, biodiversity, organic farming, renewable energy, nanotechnology, petrochemical refining, flora and food industry, tea sector, etc. However, to tap and harness full potential of our region, there is need to focus on research and innovation with more immense approaches. I have been informed that most of the institution, industry, university, college, school, entrepreneurs, MSME across the Northeast region have participated in this conclave, which I am now sure will help in creating a strong research ecosystem not just in the region
but also help in networking with industry, startups, entrepreneurs from across the country. At this event, I will also like to take the opportunity to congratulate IIT Guwahati for its excellent academic achievement. Does it become equally important for IIT Guwahati to handhold other institutes in the region, embrace research in a big way, also encourage school and college to visit the institute and to see the infrastructure facility? In the morning, I have highlighted how IIT Guwahati can establish furthermore relationship with all our engineering colleges and created a strong ecosystem on technology and innovation in our state. IIT Guwahati must lead and take the responsibility to lead the institute of this region and across the nation in helping build a robust research, development and innovation environment and provide a conducive platform involving industry and startup to utilize the knowledge and know-how generated in-house to translate research into technologies in niche areas where foreign dependence presently is very high and can be drastically reduced immediately. Other institutes in the region also must consider this conclave as unique opportunity to foster closer ties with both academia and industry, where high and priority area research is being conducted, and translate for practical purpose along with industry partners, defense establishment, hospital, medical sector, various state government agencies, PSUs, railways, water resource and management, etc. Utilizing such an opportunity will help reap the benefit of innovation at grassroots level, encourage young